Indonesia's President-elect Prabowo Subianto's trips to China and Japan this week have garnered extensive coverage, but analysts are cautioning against reading too much into the visits, especially the choice of destination. They say Mr Prabowo will continue with President Joko Widodo's policies, which include strong economic relationships with both Beijing and Tokyo. CNA's Chandni Vatvani reports.
All eyes on Indonesian Defense Minister and President-elect Prabowo Subianto as he wraps up his very first foreign visits since winning the election in February. In a courtesy call on Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, Mr Prabowo said he wanted closer security and economic ties. According to a press release by Japan's foreign ministry, he expressed his gratitude for Japan's assistance to date and expressed his hope to further enhance bilateral cooperation in a broad range of areas, including security, agriculture and fisheries, as well as disaster prevention. Just days before, on Monday, the president-elect met Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing, having made his way there after an invitation from Mr. Xi. The two leaders, too, reaffirmed their bilateral ties and pledged deeper strategic cooperation, with a spokesperson of Mr. Prabowo's presidential campaign saying he was visiting China as defense minister to strengthen bilateral cooperation, particularly on defense affairs. Mr. Prabowo also met with Chinese Premier Li Qiang while he was there. Now both China and Japan have expressed the same sentiment. That Mr. Prabowo chose their countries for his first visits is encouraging and shows how highly he regards them and how important their relations are. Analysts have also been dissecting these visits. Some say no Indonesian president-elect has ever made formal overseas visits before being sworn in. And traditionally, ASEAN countries have been first on the list after the president-elect is sworn in. Some have pointed out that these visits were perhaps in the mix before the election. But one thing remains clear: that Mr. Prabowo is expected to follow in the footsteps of his predecessor, President Joko Widodo, where policy is concerned. We know that Indonesia has been at the forefront of efforts in the region where guidelines for avoiding open conflict in the South China Sea are concerned. And Mr. Prabowo has also previously said Indonesia was committed to a policy of non-alignment. Chandni Vatvani, CNA, Jakarta.